Everybody markets differently. And you have to understand that everybody has strengths and everybody has weaknesses. So when things don't work for people, like they don't like going to cocktail parties, or they don't like to golf, or they don't like to write, then you have to help them pivot to different things. Don't force yourself to do anything that you don't feel that you can become comfortable with. And if you don't, you have to think of other options in other areas where you will feel comfortable.
Welcome to our Happy Rainmakers video series where point one can make a difference. I'm joined today by Michael Horn, who is a partner at Archer Greiner. I'd love to start with, how did you get from being a law student, sitting in the library, trying to get an A and everything, to becoming a lawyer who brings in clients? Can you share any of your own journey with us?
Sure. So when I started working as a young associate, what happened was somebody started at the same time as me, and he was in-house counsel. He was in his late 60s, and he had the whole office at the in-house counsel had been terminated. And he was sitting beside me, and he was being treated terribly by one of the partners. And he was basically making the same amount of money as me, and he had tons of experience, tons of know-how. And I realized that the only way that you can be successful in this career is to generate your own business. And so I made it the purpose of my career, long-term career goals, was to generate enough business so that would never happen to me. And it's a long-term strategy, right? So you can't just start saying, I'm going to generate and turn up a light switch. That's not the way it works. It takes years to develop a book. You just have to not give up.
And I know that you've been doing even some more formal training of the associates at your firm, creating mini rainmakers out of all of the people who work on your team. Are you working with them like lunch and learn kind of things, or is it really just observing what you're doing?
Well, I start with a coaching program. So what we do is we're trying to meet once a month, and we sit down, we have lunch, and we talk about we have a topic each time. I also tell them, and I encourage them to speak with rainmakers themselves and ask them, how do you generate business? Every person that markets will tell you how they generate business. That's part of marketing. Everybody says, oh, I generated through leads, or, oh, I generated through other attorneys. They're going to tell you how they generate their business. And that's going to help you decide, all right, what do I want to do? How do I want to generate my own business? Everybody markets differently. And you have to understand that everybody has strengths and everybody has weaknesses. So when things don't work for people, like they don't like going to cocktail parties, or they don't like to golf, or they don't like to write, then you have to help them pivot to different things, because everybody can market. Everybody can use their skill set to market in a way in which works for them. Don't do anything that doesn't work for you. Don't force yourself to do anything that you don't feel that you can become comfortable with. You're not going to be comfortable in the beginning, but you have to feel like you can become comfortable with that situation. And if you don't, you have to think of other options in other areas where you will feel comfortable.
So if there's an associate or a service partner working at a different firm where they don't have you doing the coaching, what's a good way for them to know what all the possibilities are for marketing? Do you think they should just ask the people who are successful?
Find somebody at the firm that you want to be like in 5 or 10 years and try and shadow them. Try and go with them to a networking event, or try and see how they market, how they deal with clients or prospective clients. Try to go to a consultation, ask them for permission to go to a consultation to see how it's done. And from that point on, then you can learn from that person. But if you don't start by asking them to teach you, it's not going to work. A key part of marketing is helping other people. So anybody who's a very good marketer is going to be willing to help you learn how to market. So don't be afraid to ask for help, because a cornerstone of somebody being a good generator is that they are a helpful person. You cannot just market yourself and be the tippy top. You need to have other people out there working on your behalf to help you market what you're trying to market. And so the idea that a partner would find that they were scared that you would steal their clients is so short-sighted, because you can have a team of people going out every night and marketing in different areas using different skill set in order to attract different types of clients. See, for instance, I don't write too many articles. I write a few, but I do have colleagues that do write a lot of art. And there's a certain segment of clients, there's a certain businesses that are attracted to writing articles. So if I don't help those people write articles, then I'm never going to have exposure to that line of business. So in order to have a sustainable business strategy in this profession, you need to use associates and partners to help you market and expand your own business.
Anybody is watching this and is starting from scratch, it seems like they should look around and think about who they want to be more like.
That's right. And not only that, if you can't find it internally within your firm, you can always find it externally. Try to find people at other firms that maybe you can speak to, adversaries in cases that you can talk to on the side, and see if they will help mentor you. And just watch them. You don't want to be the star of the show. You don't want to overshadow that person. You want to just, all you're doing there is just watching. One of the biggest things in terms of learning from other people is to learn how to be empathetic. Because law school teaches you to not be empathetic, teaches you to take a look at a problem and be honest, quote unquote, with the client by telling them how terrible they are and how wrong they are about their situation, right? Ridiculous. You have to be empathetic as a generator. So you have to learn from other people how to listen to them, how to listen to people that are having problems, and how to empathize with them and help them move towards a solution.
That's great advice. Thank you so much for sharing all of this information with us. I'm sure it's going to help everyone who's watching this video. Thanks very much.
Thank you for having me.